Hello my friends and welcome to Paulina Art. Today we're going to be painting these beautiful orangey yellow roses against this purple background. I'm going to show you how to sketch the roses onto your canvas without the need of a pattern, and how to use a limited palette in order to create beautiful and harmonious compositions. I will list all the materials on the description box below. And basically the only tools I used for this painting was my sponge to create the background, an angle brush that I used to create the whole painting. If you would like to see how I created this pretty composition, stay with me and let's paint together. Today I'm working on 9 by 12 140-pound watercolor paper, and I have already prepared the background. I've painted it just using a round sponge and using my purple, green and white. And basically all I did was just grab the color and put it on my surface, creating a lighter area up here and darker at the bottom. Now this is the sketch that I've done for my composition. And I'm going to transfer this into my surface. In order to do that, I'm not going to trace my sketch because I want to show you how you can do it very easily and without a pattern. So I'm going to divide my sketch in the center and in the middle here, so I can see clearly where my roses are in each of the quadrants. And this rose is going this way, this rose is going this way, and this one is pointing down. I have a couple of rose buds. Here's one and here's the other one. So based on this, I'm going to transfer it onto my surface. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's not a portrait, it's only flowers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roughly divide my surface in the center here and in the middle around here. I'm using chalk because this is very user-friendly, and once I start painting it will just disappear. So my first rose is going to be in this area. It is coming this way, and I'm going to draw the little teacup in here. And the saucer. My other rose is going this way. There's my teacup and my saucer. My little rosebud is coming up here. And if I can't see clearly because this is white chalk, I can always refer to my sketch. Now there are some leaves coming here. Those are minor details. And let's do our last rose, which is coming this way, and my tea cup is right in here. In this quadrant, and the saucer is underneath here. And we're going to draw some of the leaves just to make sure we are filling up our composition, so it's going to look nice once we're done. Oh, and there's that little one there. A little rosebud is coming this way. I think we're good to go just with that. And if I don't like something, I can always adjust it. Maybe I want this rose to be coming a little bit lower, and I'm going to change that. And I'm ready to start painting. Since my background is this nice purpley, I want my roses to be a very warm yellow orangey color. And here are the colors that I'm going to be using: yellow, red, and white. And I have here a little bit of matte medium in order to blend my colors really well. Today I'm using this Liquitex matte medium. Another excellent product to use is Folk Art blending gel. On a wet brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of my matte medium. I'm using an angled brush, and I have some white at the toe and red at the heel. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of yellow as well to create the nice warm color that I'm looking for. And I'm going to start doing the back petals of my rose. I'm going to do the first petal on the back. And I'm going to add a couple of side petals overlapping the first one. And I'm going to add a center petal in here. I'm going to start creating my rosebud. Now I'm going to add a second one. And I'm going to close my little bud by going this way, by adding a petal going this way. The belly of my rose is going to be right in there. Now I'm going to start adding some side petals to close my bud. I'm adding some petals going across here. Now I'm going to start adding some petals towards the center of the rose. Now I'm going to start doing my outer petals. My outer petals are larger and wider than my inner petals. I'm always keeping in mind where the belly of my rose is. And I'm overlapping my outer petals a little bit as well. And at this point, I'm going to start adding some more petals in this area. And my first rose is done. I'm going to paint my little rosebud. My brush is loaded the same way. And I'm just going to press my brush and go up. I'm going to repeat it in here. And my little rosebud is done. I'm going to go ahead and paint my two other roses the same way. And we're going to do our last rose. And my 3 roses and 2 little rosebuds are done. For the branches and leaves, I'm using the same angle brush. This is a Meeden number 6, by the way. I'm going to list all the materials on the description box below. For the leaves, I have green and yellow. And I also picked up a little bit of purple on the toe and some white at the heel. This is the same purple I use for the background. And I'm going to start doing the branches and stems. I'm going to add some of the sepals onto my rosebud, and I'm just pressing the brush and adding a little bit of movement like this. Some from behind. And on the sides here. And I'm going to do the sepals on this little one, the same way. And I'm going to add some sepals on my big roses as well. And on this one. I'm going to add some branches so I can add some little leaves. Just by pressing my brush and sliding like that. And I'm going to add some larger leaves up here. I'm just pressing my brush. And I'm going to do the other side of the leaf with the brush loaded the opposite way. This gives the leaves a little more dimension. And I'm going to finish my leaves painted that way. And I'm now going to add some branches and some smaller leaves. Okay, my friends, our yellow orangey roses on our purple background is done. The last thing I did is I splatter a little bit of the red and yellow paint around the roses just to make them more lively. This is how I like to finish most of my florals, and of course I sign my painting. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and if you don't want to miss any future content from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.